In this section, we are going to speak about limits. I'll try to make it around 25 minutes, then another 25 minutes. So to discuss limits, we need some backgrounds from Math 1. The first concept from Math 1, or the first rule we need from Math 1, is the difference of two squares, where we have square x squared minus y squared is equal to x minus y times x plus y, or you can say square root of the first, which is x, minus square root of the second, which is y, times square root of the first times square root of plus square root of second. Difference of two cubes, the first cubed minus second cubed, it will be the first minus second, the first squared plus first times second. Many of you, they make a mistake, they write here too, there is nothing there, it's only the first times second plus second squared, and keep in mind, if this is minus, that will be minus, and the rest here, all of them are plus. The next rule, we have sum of two cubes, which is the first cubed plus second cubes. As I said just in a few seconds, this is a plus, that will be the same. But now here it will alternate, which means plus, then minus, then a plus. So it will be the first cubed plus second cubed. It's the first plus second, first squared minus the first times the second plus second squared. The most important theorem, which is the factor theorem, if you have x minus a is a factor, then x equal to a is a zero. We will use this one a lot in our section limits. The factor theorem, it says if x minus a is divisor of the polynomial b of x, then b of x can be written as x minus a, which is the vector or the divisor, times q of x. That's actually from primary school. When you are dividing the 20 by 4, you say 5. 5 times 4, it's 20. The remainder here is 0. So you have the right to write 20 as 4, which is the divisor, times 5, which is the result of the division. So this is actually what is a q of x. And this is what we call it x minus a. So when we say this is actually the polynomial b of x. So our polynomial b of x can be written as the divisor times the result of the division. This is one way to write it. Also, we could write b of x divided by x minus a is equal to q of x, like when we say 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. So we have two forms, either form A or form B. Both of them are correct. Most important thing here is when you use scientific division, you must replace 0 any missing term. Any missing term must be replaced by 0. Let's start now applying our theories and limits. First of all, this method, I will use factoring. I'm going to use factoring. In this example, actually, we are going to use the first squared minus second squared, which is square root of the first, which is a, minus square root of the second, which is b, square root of the first plus square root of second. So when I have limit when x goes to 2, I have x to the power 4 minus 16 divided by x minus 2. I will say that's equal to a limit when x goes to 2 of square root of the first is x squared minus square root of the second, which is 4. Square root of the first, which is x squared, plus square root of the second is a plus 4 divided by x minus 2. We repeat the same story for x squared minus 4. So we will say square root of the first is x minus square root of the second, which is 2. Square root of the first plus square root of second. Of course, x squared plus 4 is a prime polynomial, cannot be factored. Now, the one which makes it 0 over 0, it's x minus 2 actually. So it has been cancelled now. So we will get its limit when x goes to 2 of x plus 2 times x squared plus 4. Now, since we get rid from the one which makes it undefined, 0 over 0 or undetermined, we just directly substitute x equal to 2. So it will be 2 plus 2, 4 plus 4. So that's equal to 4 times 8, which is 32. That's one method. The second method which is using synthetic division. Where we say we are going to divide by 2, which is the 0, and we have x to the power 4. The degree of x to the power 4 has coefficient 1. Degree of 3 is 0. Degree 2 is 0. Degree 1 is 0, then minus 16. So this is degree 4. That's degree 3, degree 2, degree 1, then the constant number. Now, when you divide, we start always with 0, our start. So when we do this way, we are adding, and that way we are multiplying, or let me say product. Okay, so this is multiplication, that's addition. So it's 1 plus 0, it's 1, and 2 times 1. We write the result here, 2. 0 plus 2, it's 2, and 1 times 2, sorry, 2 times 2, it's 4. 0 plus 4 is 4, and 2 times 4, it is 8. 0 plus 8 is 8, and 2 times 8 is 16. This means the remainder is equal to 0. Now we have two ways to write the result. Either, that's math 1. Either we say x to the power 4 minus 16 divided by x minus 2 is equal to q of x, the quotient. Quotient is equal to what? We decrease the power 1 degree. We started with degree 4. We decrease it 1 degree because when I divide x to the power 4 dividing by x, I will get x to the power 3. That's why we decrease the power 1 degree. So either we write the result of the division, x to the power 4 minus 16 divided by x minus 2. It is x to the power 3 plus 2x to the power 2 plus 4x plus 8. Of course, these are coefficients, and our x will start from largest to lowest. So it is 1 times x cubed, 2 times x to the power 2, 4 times x plus 8. Or you could say x to the power 4, which is the polynomial, minus 16 can be written as x minus 2, which is the divisor, times the result of the division. Both are the same. Whether you use form A or form B, it makes no difference. Here we say a polynomial b of x, when I divide it by divisor, I will get the result of the division, like 20 divided by 4 is 5. Or I could say the polynomial is equal to the divisor times the result of the division, which is the quotient. Like when I say 20 is 4 times 5. So when I apply it in the limit, when x goes to 2 of x to the power 4 minus 16 divided by x minus 2, I could say immediately that's limit when x goes to 2, the result of the division, which is x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 8. And when you replace, you will get that is equal to 32 as well. Now, or you could say limit when x goes to 2, my polynomial x to the power 4 minus 16 divided by x minus 2 is equal to limit when x goes to 2, x to the power 4 minus 16 equal to the divisor times the result of the division, which is x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 8. So the divisor times the result of the division, which is the quotient. And that's as it is, will cancel out. Again, you will get that is equal to 32. So it's actually different forms to the same thing. Second example here. Again, we will do it by two methods. The first method is factoring. Where we have limit when y goes to 3 of y squared minus y minus 6 divided by y minus 3. As we said in factor theorem says if y equal to 3 is a 0, if and only if y minus 3 must be factor. That's the factor theorem, which means when I substitute y equal to 3, I'll get 9 minus 3 minus 6 over 3 minus 3. That is 0, means y equal to 3 is a 0. That will mean I must have y minus 3 is a factor. Now, what is the second factor? To get the second factor, it's easy. You just take the first element in y, which is y squared, you divide it by the first, which is y squared divided by y. You will get y, so you put it here. And you get the last number, which is minus 6. You divide it by the second number here, which is minus 3. So you will get it. It is a plus 2, sorry. To check, you can say inside, which is minus 3y, plus outside, which is plus 2y, minus 3y, plus 2y, it's minus y, which is the middle term. So inside plus outside is equal to the middle term. Inside we have minus 3y, outside we have plus 2y, and that's equal to minus y, which is the middle term, divided by y minus 3. Now we cancel out these two, and we will get the result is limit when y goes to 3 of y plus 2, which is equal to 5. That's the first method. Using the synthetic division is method 2. By using synthetic division, as we said, when I divide by y squared minus y minus 6 divided by y minus 3, I could write immediately the result of the division. is equal to what? So we are dividing by 3, and our polynomial coefficients is 1, then -1, then -6. We don't have missing term, y squared, yn. So when I divide 0, we start with 0. 1 plus 0, it's 1. 3 times 1 is a 3. -1 plus a 3 is a +2, and 3 times 2, it's 6. So the result of the division, the remainder is 0. So the result of the division will be y plus 2. It's y. 1 times y squared, 1 times y and +2, because we started with degree 2. We decrease it 1 degree, it becomes y plus 2. Now, or as we said, we could write y squared minus y minus 6 can be written the divisor, which is y minus 3, times the result of the division, which is y plus 2. So anyway, we will say limit when y goes to 3. Either we say we have y squared minus y minus 6 divided by y minus 3. That is equal to a limit when y goes to 3. It will be immediately the result of the division, which is y plus 2, which means 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. Or you could use the other form. Y goes to 3. You have y squared minus y minus 6 divided by y minus 3. This is equivalent to say the divisor, it's y minus 3. The result of the division, which is y plus 2, divided by the divisor y minus 3. So these will cancel out, and you will get that is equal to 5 as well. So actually we are repeating the same story again and again. Now we have root. Again, I will do it by 2 methods. When I have a root, we will multiply method 1, multiply by conjugate. Always when we have root, we could multiply by the conjugate. So conjugate of a minus b, it's a plus b, and this will result the square of the first minus square of second. So if I have limit when x goes to 2 of square root of x minus square root of 2 divided by x minus 2, I'll multiply by the conjugate. So the conjugate of root x minus root 2, it will be root x plus root 2, root x plus root 2. Now multiplying these two, using the rule above, we have the following. Square of the first, which is x, minus square of the second, which is 2, divided by x minus 2, times root x plus root 2. When we cancel out this one out, that one, we will result 1, because any number divided by itself will give you 1. Now, when you substitute, you will get 1 over root 2 plus root 2, and that is equal to 1 over 2 root 2. If you want to write it in simplified form, multiply by the conjugate, which is root 2 over root 2, you will get that is root 2 divided by 4. Or method 2, we use factoring. Which means if you have root x, when you have x minus 2, that's actually root x all squared minus root 2 all squared. So it's square root of the first, which is root x, minus square root of the second, which is root 2, and it's root x plus root 2. So our limit when x goes to 2 of root x minus root 2 divided by x minus 2 can be written as limit when x goes to 2, it's root x minus root 2. X, we will say it's root x all squared. 2 means square root of 2 all squared. Then we will apply the factoring by difference of two squares. It's root of the first minus root of second times root of the first plus root of second. Again, that will cancel with that one, and you will get 1 over 2 root 2, which is equal to square root of 2 over 4 again. Now, we are repeating the same story here. We have two methods. The first method, factoring, where we say we have limit when x goes to 2 of x squared plus x minus 6 divided by x squared minus 3x plus 2. This is equal to limit when x goes to 2. As we said, x minus 2 must be a factor, and to get the second factor, it's x squared by x, which is x, which is this one, by that one, and minus 6 over minus 2, which is plus 3. And that is actually the constant by the constant. So it will be plus 3. As I said, if you want to check, it's inside plus outside must be middle. Inside we have minus 2x, that's the inside. And outside it's plus 3x. And you can see it is x, which is the middle term. Similarly, we repeat the story with the below one, or the denominator. X minus 2 must be a factor. And to get the second, we have x squared over x, which will be x. And plus 2 divided by minus 2, which is minus 1. Now, x minus 2 is cancelled with x minus 2, and I will get limit when x goes to 2 of x plus 3 divided by x minus 1. Substitute now x equal to 2, you will get 5 over 1, which is 5. Similarly, using synthetic division. So when I divide the first one by 2, the coefficient is 1, then minus 6. So that's 0. 1 plus 0, it's 1, 2 times 1, it's 2, 1 plus 2, it's 3, 2 times 3 is 6, so that will be 0. And when I divide the second one by the same one, which is 2 coefficients, I have 1 minus 3, 2. That is 0, 1 plus 0, it's 1, 2 times 1, it's 2, minus 3 plus 2, it's minus 1, 2 times minus 1 is minus 2, remainder is 0. So I have the right to say when x goes to 2, I have x squared plus x minus 6 divided by x squared minus 3x plus 2. I could say immediately that is equal to limit when x goes to 2 of when I divide the first one by the divisor, I will get that result, which is x plus 3. When I divide the second one by 2, I'll get that one, so it will be x minus 1, so I will get it is equal to 5. Or we could say the first polynomial which is this one, can be written as the divisor, which is x minus 2, times the result of the division, which is x plus 3. And same thing here, the divisor, which is x minus 2, result of the division, which is x minus 1. So when you substitute, you'll get 5 over 1, which is 5. So either one is the same story. We are saying the same thing by different ways. Here is actually, we repeat the same question. So let's do it quickly. It's limit when x goes to 1, square root of x minus 1 over 1 minus x. We multiply it by the conjugate, root x plus 1, root x plus 1. So that will be equal to limit when x goes to 1, square of the first is x minus square of the second, which is 1. But we have to be careful here, as these are not identical. We need to make them identical. So we could say here, we will take minus common factor, so that will be 1 minus x, and that will be 1 minus x root x plus 1. Now these are identical, so we can remove them, so it will be 1 over 2 is the result. Similarly, if we say by factoring when limit x goes to 1, I have root x minus 1, here 1 minus x, so first of all, I will write it this way. It's root x minus 1, here I will take minus 1 common factor, so it will be x minus 1. So that will be limit when x goes to 1, I have here root x minus 1, and that is open two brackets, square root of the first, which is root x, minus square root of the second, which is 1. Square root of the first, which is root x, plus square root of the second, which is 1. So these will cancel out, and you will get limit when x goes to 1 of minus 1 over square root of x plus 1, which is equal to, again, minus 1/2. Either way, it's the same story, actually. Now, similarly here, we have two methods. Method 1, factoring, where we will use the first cubed plus the second cubed. It is the first plus the second. Now it will alternate, so it will be first squared is a plus, then minus first times second plus second squared. So when I have limit, when x goes to minus 2 of x to the power cubed plus 8 means 2 cubed over 4 means 2 squared minus x squared. So I'll apply the sum of 2 cubes and difference of 2 squares. Square root of the first minus square root of second, square root of the first plus square root of second. So when I use factoring, it's just the idea is apply rules. First plus second, first squared minus the first times the second, which is 2 times x, or x times 2, plus second squared, which is 4. Here, square root of the first minus square root of second, square root of the first plus square root of second. These are identical. 2 plus x, it's the same as x plus 2. When you substitute minus 2, you will get 4 plus 4 plus 4 divided by 2 minus of minus 2, which is again 4. So it will be 12 over 4, which is equal to 3. That's one way. What's the second way? Method 2, using synthetic division. Using synthetic division, we will divide by minus 2. I have degree 3, it's 1, degree 2 is 0, degree 1 is 0, then 8. So 1 plus 0 is 1, minus 2 times 1, it's minus 2, 0 plus minus 2, it's minus 2, minus 2 times minus 2 is plus 4, 0 plus 4, it's 4, minus 2 times 4 is minus 8, and that is 0. That's the first one. The second one, we have 2 divided by minus 2. I have degree 2 is minus 1, degree 1 is 0, then 4. So that is minus 1 plus 0, it's minus 1, and minus 2 times minus 1 is plus 2. 0 plus 2, it's 2, and minus 2 times 2, it's minus 4. So the result, the remainder is 0, so the result of the division is minus x plus 2. So when I have limit when x goes to minus 2, and I am dividing up and down by the same quantity, I could immediately write the result of the division, which means the result of the division of the first one, it's x squared minus 2x plus 4. The result of the division of the second one, it's minus x plus 2. When you replace, you will get 4 plus 4 plus 4 divided by 2 plus 2, which is again equal to 3. Now, similarly, here we have two methods, and I will stop after this example, then we will record the continuation in the second part of limits. So here again, we could apply factoring. By factoring, its limit when x goes to 1, x to the power 4 minus 1 over 1 minus x cubed. That's, we call it difference of two squares, square root of the first minus square root of second, square root of the first plus square root of second. And here it is actually 1 cubed minus x cubed, so it will be the first minus the second, first squared plus first times second, which is 1 times x, plus second squared, which is x squared. We continue the story of factoring here. It will be root of the first minus root of second, root of the first plus root of second, and that is x squared plus 1 is prime. We take minus 1 common factor here, it will be x minus 1, and that is x squared plus x plus 1 as it is. X minus 1 will cancel out with x minus 1, and what you will get is negative of 2 times 2, and here 2 plus 1 plus 1, so you will get minus 4 over 4, which is equal to minus 1. That's the first method. Second method, using synthetic division. If I am dividing the first polynomial by 1, the first polynomial x to the power 4 has coefficient 1, x to the power 3 is 0, x to the power 2 is 0, x to the power 1 is 0, then minus 1. So 1 plus 0 it's 1, 1 times 1 it's 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1, and that will be 1, 1, and 1, 1 times 1 it's 1, so the remainder is 0. The second one, I have degree 3 is minus 1, degree 2 0, degree 1 0, then 1. So I will have here minus 1 plus 0, it's minus 1 times 1 times minus 1 is minus 1, 0 plus minus 1 is minus 1, 1 times minus 1 is minus 1, 0 plus minus 1 is minus 1, and 1 times minus 1 is minus 1, and that will be 0. So when I have limit when x goes to 1 of x to the power 4 minus 1 divided by 1 minus x cubed. That is equal to limit when x goes to 1 of. Now, when I divide the first one, I will get, this is the result of the division. We decrease it 1 degree. It was degree 4, it will become degree 3. So 1 times x cubed plus 1 times x squared plus 1 times x plus 1. That's the result of that one. The result of the second one, when I divide, it was degree 3, so it will be degree 2. So it will be minus x cubed, sorry, minus x squared minus x minus 1. When you substitute now, you will get 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Here you will have minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. So at the end of the day, sorry, we have here that is this will be minus 4 over 3, sorry. It's 1 plus 1 plus 1, not 2. That's plus 1 here. So that's over 3, minus 4 over 3. So here we will have 4 over minus 3, which is minus 4 over 3 as well. We have done a mistake here when we are replacing x is 1, so it will be 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. Here we have 1 plus 1, which is 2, and 1 plus 1 is 2. We will stop here, and we will continue the second part in a few seconds to avoid a lengthy lecture.